What's up guys, Odra here. So last episode we had finished off the roof of this guy here, and so I just did one last little thing before starting this episode. I changed these wedges here from Nox to Ramit, so that way they look a little bit better. Because I think the Nox ones were looking a little bit dark and stuff like that. It seemed like it wasn't outlining properly, so I switched that up. And so today I just wanted to go ahead and let's finish this guy off. So what we're missing is maybe one or two last little touches here on the roof, and to finally finish up the bar area here. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's get right into it. Let's tab G to get up our menu. First thing I wanted to do was fix up these little corners here. So let's set up our symmetry singular, because since the building, I can't do proper symmetries in this building because one's odd, the other's even. So but anyways, what we're gonna do is I just wanted to add a little like spiky thing here to the corners. Let's get rid of our dimensions. There we go. And let's see how this looks. So I like adding these little like weird shapes and stuff like that in the corners. Yeah, not too bad. It adds just a little bit more flavor. Then the only way we could cap that off is with that one weird shape that doesn't exist, but it's like one of the most common holes in people's ships and stuff like that. Maybe we eventually get that kind of weirdly shaped block, but I wouldn't count on it since it is a very unusual shape. Anyways, let's finish off here. Let's cap off both corners. And there we go. Yeah. Alright, and hold on, there was one more thing I wanted to do here. I think here... Oh, why did I tab G? Because I don't like having these little empty spaces here. So maybe we can get away with just a little tiny shrubbery. Let's see here. This is either going to work or we're just going to delete it. There's that weird hole there. Let's see, you know what? Nobody will know. There we go. Look, problem solved itself. Nobody will know the difference. So let's add a couple of little flowers. Here we go. So yellow. Oh, what I do there? Always the flowers. So let's get our suckers up. Yellow and blue. There we go. All right, so now that's starting to look a little bit better. See, it's a little touches. So it's a little things. So now we got that corner that was suddenly empty. It's suddenly nice and spiffy. So let's see here. Let's have one last look around up here. I think we're pretty much done with this roof section. I can't really think of anything. Ah, there was one more thing I want to do actually. The windows, or not windows, but like the glass guard, I guess you could call it. Like something I started mentioning in the other video, and then I just kind of got off on a tangent and forgot to finish the thought. I was thinking when I was explaining why making these things is that one of the many things I'm keeping in mind when making the city is for doing PvP. So having these kinds of areas here, it's kind of cool because it acts like as an extra shielding. So like when the city's more complete and stuff like that, we can start doing proper battles. Like say you're up here and you want to snipe somebody, but you know you got the glass got a glass railing here protecting you from fire, and all those kinds of stuff, from gunfire or laser fire. So I mean that's one of the many things I always keep in mind. Imagine doing like PvP battles, you know, you're just like up here and stuff like that. You got like the sniper rifle or the rocket launcher or something, so you just rocket a guy in a building and stuff like that. It'd be totally awesome. Obviously done in like a separate version of the city, because you're going to destroy the city in the process. But it could be fun. Could be fun to go through cities and just see how just how devastated they are after a good long battle. But anyways, let's go on with this guy. Let's get into this guy. So this one we gotta make the bar, and I suppose a few more tables here in the corners to cap it off. What did I do last time? Last time I finished the elevator, like the top of the elevator thing here, so you get out. I'll probably put like some like plex doors or something like here here eventually to automatically open and stuff, so people don't just fall down the elevator shaft, because that wouldn't be good. Add a little table here, a little table here, and actually a little trash can. So let's do the bar first. Let's get rid of our symmetry there. So we don't really have a whole lot of room to work here at all. So we're gonna see if we can see how much we can squeeze into this little area here. So I'm thinking maybe real minimalist, just kind of real simple minimalist bar. Let's see here, we can do perhaps a little shelf like this, a little table there, and then maybe a simplified refrigerator unit here. What would be better for refrigerator, carved dolom or white hull? I'm guessing carved dolom because it'll stand out more against like the hull of the building. So I guess go with whatever stands out more. Yeah, it looks like the kind of the textured surface of a refrigerator door or whatever. So that can be our fridge, and in the center there we're gonna put a storage module. Ooh, stone storage. What are these things called now? Chest? Hold on a second. I believe it was storage, wasn't it? Hold on a tick. Where is this guy? I swear, this frickin' menu, man. Let's see here. Don't tell me I don't have any. Is that would I should definitely have these guys. I guess I don't. Well then, alrighty, I'll go ahead and make a quick edit, and I'll be back with some storage modules. Alrighty, I'm back with some storage modules. Sorry about that. So let's get our storages here and complete the. Okay, so yeah, I had the cargo space. I didn't have the storage blocks, I guess. So let's complete our little refrigerator there. How does that work as a fridge? Kinda iffy. Kinda iffy, if I am to be honest with myself. So let's try. I got rid of the carved dome again, always. Let's see here. Gotta make a cool looking refrigerator. Oh, I know I just did the same thing, moved it over a bit, but let's see if we just can get away with some of that. There, that looks a little bit better, yeah. That looks a little bit more complete, yeah. Alrighty, that's our refrigerator, I guess, yeah. It's fine. It's fine. I'm totally fine with what's going. So let's do this here. Now we're gonna add a grill. Always, I don't know what they're gonna be grilling at the bar, but I figured, you know, every good kitchen, no matter how small, it's gotta have a griller. So let's do that real quick. Get our server thing to just make it look like an actual thing. And then we can make the extractor, which I'm guessing maybe we can have a very simplified version of it since it is a small one. So let's get our meshes again. Mesh and fans, actually. There we go, mesh and fan. And let's get a wedge. Oh, the other way. There we go. Let's see how that works. There's a simple little wedge. Maybe I should get a grill, actually. Let's try with a grill. Yeah, that looks better. Alrighty, so we got the grill, and maybe we can... I know what we can do. We'll just add these little guys here, the tetras. Damn mouse wheel. Here we go. There we go. A nice simplified little extractor. And we'll give it a fan. There we go, fan. And then another upside down wedge here. There we go. Look at that. And the sneeze guard, or the glass guard here, takes care of everything. And we actually forgot to make the little glass thingy here, so let's go ahead and do that. I want to finish off this entire building this episode. So let's see if we can really take care of all the little details. There we go. There we go. So let's see here. Are we missing any more sneeze guards? Nope. I really hope that at some point, well, now they're getting more programmers and stuff on the team, but on the Shine team, one of the things that I really look forward to is when they fix all these transparency issues. Like, see there how the foliage is kind of disappearing against the glass? There's a lot of that throughout the city. Since I tend to have like a lot of foliage and a lot of glass windows and stuff, that's something that that's always kind of plagued me and stuff. So like whenever you like look through the buildings and stuff like that, you know, like a lot of the gardens will disappear and stuff because of that. So it kind of looks weird sometimes when you're looking at certain angles, like through buildings and stuff. So that's like one thing I really hope that they resolve at some point. I imagine eventually they'll take care of that, right? Anyways, tangent there. So let's go back to our bar. We were making this guy here, and let's finish him off with a table. Another little table to chop stuff. So we get back our yellow hole. Let's get rid of the flowers since we don't really need them. And there we go. So that's our little bar. We can have the cash registers now. So we just get a display module. Let's see here, what should we make? So we got one. Let's put one here. Yeah, it looks good. And maybe another one here. Yeah, that looks good. So now we get our foliage, or not the foliage, but the fancy flowers. So you always want to have some of the fancy stuff around as well. You don't want just the same type of flowers everywhere. But for these guys, since they're kind of extra fancy, I always just place them sparingly. So we just got one there in the corner. And maybe some of the snow buds here in the other corners. Let's try that. Snow buds here. How does that work? Or maybe perhaps here. That might be a bit better, right? Next to the wall. Yeah. There we go. Look at that. Looking spiffy. And alright, I guess that's pretty much it for the little bar. That's looking pretty good. We can maybe add some text here. Welcome. Please place your order. Let's see. Yeah, good enough. Good enough for now. Temporary text. I gotta add these in a lot of buildings because I think at one point this stuff wasn't getting saved in blueprints and now it does. I'm not really sure why there's so many empty ones, because I usually put text whenever I think we got an extra space there, don't we? Yeah. But yeah, whenever I place them down, I usually place text. I don't just leave them blank. So I'm not sure why there's so many blank ones throughout the city. But anyway. Alrighty, so that's our bar. I like it. And now let's continue. Let's see, we're just missing a couple of tables here, maybe a little flower there, and another table here. Alright, so let's see here. We want a 3x2 table. I believe there should be some around here. 3x2 table, perfect. So, let's see here, what's that? 3x2. Copy, and we'll go up here, and so let's just paste this guy a couple times. There we go. Bam, bam, wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. There we go. So now let's see how this is looking. I feel like there's something missing here. Perhaps a bit of a guardrail or something. Let's try. We got carved lucra for the bar, so let's try carved lucra to keep. Ooh, bit of copy paste error there. There we go. So let's see how that works. Yeah, give a nice kind of a backing to the table here. Let's see how this goes. Okay, that's not bad. And then we can add maybe glass. Let's see how this works. Make it nice and fancy, so we'll taper off here. Is that working? Yeah, that works. So let's just copy paste that guy. If not, it's mostly for just not having to rotate the glass a bunch of times. Even though I wouldn't have had to, but it's fine. And another thing I really hope that we get at some point are freaking carved stone wedges. God damn it. Carved stone wedges, please. Like, freaking please. You guys have no idea. I really want carved stone wedges. That's something that's like one of the biggest eyesores for me right now. Anyways, another tangent. Let's continue. Onward, Squidward. Alright, so let's finish this off here. In case you guys didn't notice, I am easily distracted. That is something that, yeah, always. So let's finish off the little glass thingy there. Alright, so now I think we're starting to get to a point where it's almost finished. Let's add some more little touches here. So, oh, what am I doing? I'm cycling through, it's rotating? What? Oh, because I have pasted, right. So let's get our hepta, and let's place him like this. This is another little thing I like to do. Like in the corners and stuff, put a little hepta there. Like the odd nooks and crannies. Upside down hepta. And then, of course, a flower on top. So it's like a nice little, flower thingy. Let's see here. There we go. So, since those guys are slightly extra fancy, let's get an extra fancy flower. And I'm thinking the glow pods, or glow trap. These guys are probably, to me, this is probably the fanciest flower in the game. So whenever you see those, I'm really trying to be fancy, extra fancy. So let's stick these guys there. There we go. And all right, I think we're more or less done here. Let's put one last little flower here. What last thing can we put that we haven't? The shrubbery. We haven't placed a single shrubbery on this floor yet. There we go. The small berry bush, but I shall continue to call it a shrubbery. There we go. So that's not looking too bad. Oh, is that shrubbery standing out? These decisions, damn it. Damn you, OCD. You know what? I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm just gonna ignore that shrubbery staring me in the face, feeling out of place. Damn you, shrubbery. Let's see here. Let's try maybe one of the ice. No, the cactus stuff. I never use that. It's kind of like, yeah, this stuff is a little too alien for my taste, so I don't really use that one. I wish it was more mushrooms. Let's see here, this mushroom. Okay, so yeah, that one's actually pretty cool. I don't know why I haven't really used this one more often. There's really not many mushrooms in this city. I don't really like the rest of the desert flowers and stuff. Like, let's see how this guy looks. So I think they're, well, yeah, I mean, they're great for like if you're doing like that kind of alien type terrain, which maybe I'll do something like that later, but for now, for like these fancy restaurants and stuff, it's not really working for me. But this mushroom is not bad. I like him. I don't like him there, but I do like him. I always like mushrooms. So we'll get rid of him and try and find another flower. Let's see here. This guy, the purple reeds or weeds? Weeds. There we go. Purple weeds. And yeah, see, that one's looking a lot better. That one is not so stand out as the old shrubbery was. So I think we might be done with this guy. So let's tab G out and see if there's anything else kind of sticking out. These guys here, yes, these little planty things here. I'm not sure if I should keep those. If I should keep those or maybe place just some chairs there. Let's try placing chairs. since we're at it, brown. Let's get our brown hole. I like to pretend that brown is kind of like leather couch, leathers or whatever. So that's usually when I want to put like leather. Even though you don't normally have leather chairs around in open areas like this, it never really rains here because we're in space. Yeah. So let's set up our symmetry again. There we go. And let's place these guys. So how does that look? That, actually I kind of like the friggin' foliage better. And if I put them there, it's too close to the, you don't want to be, you know, sitting right next to the entrance where everyone's passing by. See, this is OCD, guys. This is OCD. You can never make up your freaking mind about anything. How about maybe come out to the patio and sit down for a snack while looking out, staring out into space? That could be possibly. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that one, to be honest. I'm thinking maybe some fancier looking chairs. Let's try and fancy them up a bit. It is the balcony, of course. So let's try. Ooh, that blocks the entrance. Let's try then. Let's try this. The Daves aren't going to be able to physically use these chairs, but they shall remain pretty. Let's try this guy here. And then the wedge on these damn dimensions. Let's try. There we go. That gives us a nice little chair. And how does that work out? So, get rid of tab G. I guess, yeah, that could work. Okay. I guess we'll leave that for there. We'll leave that there for now. I really got to start trying to manage my OCD and not be so freaking obsessive over such minuscule little details. So what we're gonna do is copy and paste this guy over here. There we go. Symmetry is always good. So now you got the outdoor little patios here, and I believe we're missing this one over here. So rotate this guy. This one's slightly bigger. And I have symmetries on, so it's probably pasted it over there, didn't it? Yes, it did. And that one, since it's a walkway, we're gonna get rid of it because it just feels out of place. And there we go. Alrighty, ooh, right. I had copied and pasted something here, so we're gonna get rid of that. And I think, okay, I deleted that one. That was like the little, I placed these slabs here on this on this part of the under roof as well to cover some of the flooring, because the white floors here and the black outline was looking kind of weird from underneath. So I just kind of slabbed it up a bit to try and mesh the colors. So alright guys, I think we're pretty much done with this guy. I can't really think of much else to add, to be honest. I think we're more or less done. I know I'm probably going to come back at some point and re-edit these off camera, so I'm probably not going to leave those like that. There's something about them that's just not convincing. I might, maybe, you never know. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys had fun. We made a little bar, added some more tables, did a little bit more corner decorating here on the top floor, and we finished pimping my restaurant. I guess if such a term can apply. So alright guys, it's been fun, and I will see you guys next time. OdraNoel out. guys, upon further inspection while editing the video, I realized I forgot to add the servers here and a little flowery thing here. So, just to really finish this off, that was kind of an eyesore, that little corner there. And there we go. Oh. There we go. Alrighty. Peace out, guys. Alright, guys. Well, I was just about to finish editing the video when I realized I could put a table in that balcony. Don't know why I didn't think of it before. Let's do that real quick. Oh. I said I was going to finish this building in this episode, and I intend to keep that promise. There we go. Now that's what we're talking about. So could this guy fit here? Or maybe we'll keep... Okay, yeah, that balances itself out. Alrighty. Peace out, guys.